Hi Leos and Leo lovers. This reading is for anyone who identifies as or is terribly interested in a Leo at this time. We are looking at the end of January. We'll look back to see what the blood moon brought you, Leos. It was in your sign, that total lunar eclipse at our full moon this month. This year in January 2019, and we will look forward to see what the very end of this month brings, and even the very beginning of February. The Tower is your first card out. So currently, maybe you could be dealing with a Scorpio energy in particular. Three major arcanas in your present, past, and future. You've got the Chariot, the Devil, the Sun, Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Coins reversed. Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So again, you could be dealing with a Scorpio energy in particular. Here's your energy, the Sun showing up. Cancer and or Capricorn is all showing up here. But those signs don't necessarily need to resonate, Leos. The Tower card here also indicates you feeling like things are falling away currently. Many things at once, likely. Some part of you is wanting to defend what is falling away, with the Nine of Wands showing up here with your Tower. Some part of you is or is wanting to defend that which is leaving your life. And I think that for the majority of you, it's absolutely something that's not meant for you any longer, if it ever was, right? And it is supposed to fall out of your life with the Tower showing up right. But there is someone, maybe it isn't you, maybe it's someone close to you outside of yourself. Someone in the situation is fighting that, allowing that to happen. And it's a feeling of as I said, wanting to defend. Maybe that whole entire life that you had built. But around the time of the blood moon, right when aqua season started on the 21st, somewhere around that time, whatever you decided or ended up not moving forward with, Chariot card in your past reversed here, it was, I think, because of who you are now, right? As I said, so that Tower card, things falling away, they're not meant for you any longer, if they ever were. and you weren't moving forward with something because of who you are now, with the Sun card showing up, or because of who it is that, you know, you're wanting to be, what the vision that you see for yourself in your life that would make you happy. It's sort of like you didn't move forward with something because of an authentic, genuine part of yourself that you're realizing, or you're acting in, or you're wanting to become, and you're wanting to see released. But then once things actually started to fall apart, which is where we're at presently, now suddenly someone is standing up and wanting to sort of defend the things that you know, one doesn't want to lose here. But again, that you know, some of you that is a part of you, but for others of you it's just someone close to you who's part of the situation. And in the near future, with the Devil card showing up, again, you may be dealing with a Capricorn energy specifically, some of you. But if not, if you're not dealing with the Capricorn energy, then with the Devil showing up, then I'd say by the end of the month, you're still feeling attached to a lot of things that are trying to fall away from your life right now. And the Tower card is unexpected upheaval, is normally how that reads. So it's sort of like you didn't move forward with something, a relationship with someone, or multiple people, or something. It could possibly be a job offer, certain work that you had previously been energized about. And when you didn't move forward with it, that certainly projected who you wanted to be, right? That was your decision because of where you wanted to end up. Work, continuing that work, or pushing forward with that relationship, what didn't feel authentic, didn't feel genuine, wasn't helping you be happy and or who you feel you truly are or are meant to be. But at the same time, you didn't expect it to completely leave your life. Some of you didn't really realize that the offer would then be off the table entirely. You just meant to not hit the gas pedal anymore, not to move forward with it. But now that means that it falls away, and maybe in a lot of your cases, it takes a lot of other things with it. Somehow a lot of energies go at once. And whether you're wanting to defend those things or someone else is, with the Devil card in the near future, I feel like, as I said, you're still attached to many things that are trying to fall away by the end of the month, moving into the beginning of February. This is your past, present, and future, Leos, and these are the things that are unseen about those experiences to you. So I think most of you see now that decision not to move forward with something in the recent past, again around the blood moon, was because of, again, who you are or who you really want to be, because it was in the past here. So most of you are in touch with that truth now. But as far as the truth of defending someone close to you, or you yourself trying to defend the things that are trying to fall away, that may be something that some of you don't see yet. If that doesn't ring true to you, if you don't feel like anyone's really trying to defend anything, and maybe there's someone around you that you haven't noticed is trying to defend those things that are trying to fall out of your life, or out of your respective lives, if you're both involved in that situation. The Ace of Coins reversed shows up with the Devil. So this is a reversal of fortune. And with this card, sometimes it's relevant to say, you know, it depends on how things have been going, because it is a reversal of fortune. Whether things have been moving in a fashion that feels positive to you or negative, that the reverse is now coming into play, right? It can be that simple a lot of times. In this instance here, well, it can often also be a missed opportunity. In this spread, and it can be a reversal of fortune because of a missed opportunity often as well, of course. A lot of you are remaining attached to things that you would really truly be relieved of once they were gone, and you're not seeing that it would reverse your fortune in a positive way. If things have been trying, challenging this year already, this month already, and now as things start to fall away, people, places, and or things start to fall away, as a result, again, of your choice not to move forward with something, it looks like. But also, you know, possibly having been overconfident about something. A little too ego-driven, maybe wanting to move forward with something, but on some level you chose not to because you had so many different things at once that you were trying to move forward with all at the same time, right? So it can be for many reasons that something didn't move forward, but on some level it was a choice of yours. And again, it was what was unseen to you at the time is it wasn't that choice was in line with your authentic self. But in any case, yeah, letting the thing, as a result of that, whether it was on a conscious or unconscious level, that choice as a result of not moving forward with again, a relationship, a job, any project you were working on that has severely shifted things in a way that feels critical because it takes so much away from you, it feels like. Either many things or something, you know, very important, but likely multiple things when you see the Tower card. Yeah, it would be a reversal of fortune if things have been challenging so far in 2019, allowing these things, even if you can't see how yet, allowing these things to fall away. That again, they're not for you. They're not meant for you. They're not truly serving you. Could be your luck. That could be your turn. But it looks like a lot of you, at least in the very near future, we only have a week left, not even a week left in this month now. So for a lot of you, it looks like you're deciding to remain attached to addictions. Maybe they're material things. Maybe it is a person. Maybe it's just a way of life in general that you just got so used to that even if it was never perceived as an unhealthy addiction, you're just very attached to that way. It may even be to an old version of yourself that you've grown fond of. That can be the hardest thing to let go of sometimes. And so maybe that's a big part of the message, or what's really paramount to allow to come through here for you is that first choice, whether conscious or unconscious, again, to not move forward with something here. And again, right around the blood moon. Certainly this month, but I think for most, right around the blood moon, that was the intention with the spread. Yeah, that choice, again, whether conscious or unconscious, it was in line with your authentic self. It was in line with your true happiness, who you really want to be, if not who you truly are. And your inner light, and the child within that lives in all of us still, that part of you. So you may even look at it and say, you know, feel or see in retrospect now that it was sort of an immature choice, but it was made from this childlike, very light-hearted part of you that many people are always striving to get back in touch with, and we are always encouraged to. And really, for a lot of us, that vibration is where it's easiest to communicate with spirit, the divine, whatever it is that anchors you, your guides, your angels. So yeah, I wouldn't criticize that choice too much. It looks divinely inspired also. Well, and we had the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck as we began, before as I started recording. Just the place that the deck came to naturally when I was finished shuffling and meditating before recording. And I think too, you know, for some of you, as I said, this Ace of Coins reverse can be a reversal of fortune. It can also be missing an opportunity. And for some of you, it's true also that you become more attached to these things that are currently trying to, again, fall away, exit your life in some fashion. Old habits, old ways, just whether it's people or places, energies that you don't vibe with anymore, that don't feel healthy for you anymore, that don't match you anymore. It can be that you're missing an opportunity to easily allow these things to fall away. And by defending some of these things that you don't want to see exit, or humoring someone else's defense of keeping these things in your life, you can, with the Devil card showing up and the chains being so prominent in this sort of in this picture. At least they really stand out to me in this reading right now. Yeah, you can become, you know, form an even deeper bond with those things that are trying to fall away, that some authentic piece of you wants to let go of, right? This could be your opportunity to release them as naturally as possible. And by defending them, or again, humoring someone else's defense, you sort of get yourself in even deeper. You toss the key to those chains even further away from you, right? And your advice moving forward is this Four of Spears. This is the fire element in this deck. To focus on what it is. Focus on what it is in your environment, your home, your life, that maybe I should let you see these for a minute. Focus on what it is in your environment, in your life, that stabilizes your home and any family life that you have, that makes you feel comfortable, that makes you want to be in that space. What types of energies, attitudes, what literal, actual people make you happy to be in that space. I'd say if these things that are trying to fall out of with this as your advice card, it seems the message is with many things trying to fall out of and away from your life and exit your life in some fashion currently, are they things that make you feel happier to be in your home and family life environments, right? Are they things that make you feel grounded there, make you happy to be there? And if not, then this could be a matter of an instance like I was just describing. You have an opportunity to let them sort of naturally fall away, rather than solidify bonds in an even deeper way with those things that aren't really meant to be there. And if you're just in a space where you have no choice, the things that are falling away are falling away, regardless of trying to defend them or not, then it can help just to focus on those things that keep you feeling grounded. You certainly can feel like you're losing your footing when you see a tower moment. What keeps you feeling grounded? And comfortable. Honestly, this is a happy, comfortable, grounded, stable home and family life. But a lot of times the things that are falling out of our life when you see the Tower card are things that do make us feel comfortable, but they're sort of keeping us stuck in a comfort zone, and that's absolutely why they're not meant for us and who we want to be anymore. But again, those are questions that you have to ask yourself as individuals, whether or not, where the line is with that comfort, and when it crosses to a place of you wanting to be pushed outside of your comfort zone, or needing to be, even if you're fighting it to some extent. And something else that that Leos may not be seeing about this Tower moment that's unfolding presently, with the 9 of Spears here, again, the 9 of, that's the fire element, so it's the 9 of fire in this deck. We can bring this moment on ourselves, this Tower energy, the chaotic feeling of everything happening all at once. It sort of feels like you were building to this moment, to this time period where many things fall away at once. We can manifest that on our own, and often do, by worrying that all of these things are going to happen, and then they just culminate in a storm, the perfect storm where all of it goes down at once, and maybe even in a connected way. Because this card always reminds me to, prepare but hope, right? Attracting, you can often be attracting the worst by focusing on it, by fearing it so much, by playing out scenarios where it could happen. And I want to sort of replace comfortable, asking the question, what makes you feel comfortable, with what makes you feel confident, since the 3 of Spears, fire, has shown up now for us as well. Wanted to be seen. And that makes half of the cards that have shown fire, with your Sun card showing up, Leos, and then the 9, 4, and 3 of fire. There's a lot of forceful energy, and I also say that because of I also highlight confident rather than comfortable, because I see this Chariot in reverse in your past, and I think I said earlier, I do feel the energy that some of you may have been overconfident in the recent past, and I think mostly in the way of taking on too many things, and being urged here to be confident in your authentic, genuine, unique, and personal choice of what you want to focus your energy on, and owning the fact that that is completely your choice, of course, Leos. Because I think there's a reason. I think it's clear here that there's a reason that you took on so much in the recent past. If yes, you seemingly made an overconfident choice to take on too many things, but one, it was just part of who you are, and 2, there's a direct reason, meaning one of these activities that has scattered your focus is what you really want to dedicate more time and energy to, whether anyone else approves of it or not, and it helps you express an authentic part of yourself. And I think again, with the Wheel of Fortune at the beginning, that it's fated that this should unfold in this manner, so probably so that it becomes clear to the people around you that you're making the decisions about where your focus, your energy will go now and in your future. And there is, many of you may feel that you are falling from a great height at this point. You've had realizations about your own limitations, or maybe about the loyalty around you, possibly about the someone significant in your life, or just are currently going through the process of being disillusioned about certain aspects of life or certain people in your life. The nature of certain relationships or heartbreak itself, etc. The details will literally fall out differently for each of you in this particular situation, but there's this bolt of enlightenment that always comes with the Tower, normally pictured on the Tower card. And even if loyalty is what is causing your head to spin currently, one benefit of these moments, and one part of that, one piece of that, vital piece of that enlightenment, is always who you can rely on, what parts of your structure are solid as much of it falls away, right? Who in your life will be there for you at those times when you really need help in any certain way, etc. So there are, usually there is another major, if not multiple major lessons, also other bolts of enlightenment, right? The Tower card is teaching us a lesson every time. Sometimes the lesson isn't apparent at the moment. Often it is transparent. And the fact that the Devil card is in the near future, which represents the very end of the month, or even the very beginning of February, doesn't mean that you're going to maintain these attachments, whatever they may be, however toxic or addictive they may be, for that much longer. It's just, this is for a short period of time, and so it's just to say that in the next week or two, even, that it looks like you still will be feel very much chained to certain aspects of your life that I think are trying to shift. It's being revealed what is unstable, what cannot support you, what you cannot live with, in a sense, at least. For some of you, you're actually finding that you're unable to completely escape certain aspects of this, of your life that that you're not comfortable with any longer. But what you don't see is that allowing yourself to, well, it doesn't feel like you're allowing yourself. You feel chained to certain aspects, some of you, and you can't get away from them yet. It's sort of a matter of time or money or something like that, to where you can't quite escape certain aspects. Some of you aren't seeing currently that with the Ace of Coins here in reverse, you may, in the bigger picture, right, in the grand scheme of things, you may sort of need to remain attached for a certain time in order to reverse your fortune in some sense, maybe literally financially, right? It may behoove you to remain attached in the bigger picture for money matters, concerning money matters. Possibly. That's just for specifically a few. I love to end on that note where it's just specifically for a few. That type of note. But so yeah, for those of you who feel stuck, those chains are things that, from your perspective, you're feeling like you don't have a choice to take off. There may be this reversal of fortune reason underneath of it that you just can't see clearly yet. Or maybe you just aren't letting that, weigh heavily on you, that, well, remaining attached in the situation does help financially. Maybe you aren't, taking it into consideration, and it will become a bigger deal. But as I said, yes, certainly an opportunity to see who's loyal, as much sort of crumbles away, and what authentic parts of yourself shine through as well, as what others around you show up. Okay, Leos, we will leave it at that. This is much longer than I meant for it to be, but I thank you just for checking this out. If you're interested in a private reading, just scroll down to the description below. All the information is there, or you can email lunaticstarot@gmail.com, but the links are also below. If you would like, you can use those. Otherwise, I hope that you've had a really great 2019 so far. Or at least I hope it's been treating you well. I hope that the first 2 of, I believe, 6 eclipses this year treated you well. And I hope you make wise choices for yourself moving forward. I love you, Leos, and I will post another tarot fix for you very soon.